Thank you for listening to my podcast. I hope you will try something new in your classroom. There are times in your teaching career upon which you can reflect and say, yes, that event changed the way I teach. Attending this very conference last year was one of those turning points for me. After meeting Dr. Hype, I approached him about creating a virtual presentation like this one. Since then, I have virtually presented in several cities and at several conferences. Just to prove that I'm a real person, I have also presented live at a couple. Also, I have been working with teachers in my own building to help them develop websites and to use smartboards in their classrooms. In my conclusion, I'm going to show you a couple of my colleagues' websites and also show you some correspondences and comments from my students. First of all, here is a website of our senior English teacher. She corresponded with me one snow day, and she developed this form for her students to discuss favorite movies. Nearly all of my colleagues have developed websites, and of course, I have to brag mainly about my fellow math teacher's site. All four of us post notes daily, and students have 24/7 access to learning. The impact that this has had on our students is overwhelming. Students no longer return to school from an absence and ask, what did I miss? They know better. They return, or better yet, they email us while they're out and ask, well, I printed the notes and I have a question. Isn't that awesome? We are teaching them to be independent learners and to be responsible for their own learning. Parents love the fact that they can access notes and homework assignments also. Using the website helps me maintain continuity when I miss school or when we have snow days. We've had 6 snow days already. My students know that I expect them to check the webpage if this should happen. I always post some message and or assignment to them on the website. It truly helps maintain the continuity of the class. I have several students who email me when they have questions, either on a weekend or over a long snow day vacation. They know that I respond quickly. When we, as teachers, show students that learning is important, they rise to the challenge. I mean, look at this. On Christmas Day, I had almost 20 hits on my website. And you can see the peaks at over 60 hits and over 40 hits when we had snow days. Don't get me wrong. My honor students have benefited from this, but it's the student who struggles who I believe this technology has helped the most. You know, it isn't cool to take home your textbook. Fine, use the online version. It isn't cool to come in for extra help. Fine, check the videos on YouTube and the online notes. The expectation that I have for the use of technology has benefited all of my students, but it has benefited the struggling students the most because it gives them another avenue and another opportunity to learn. Some students will watch and listen during class, not writing anything, and then go home and print out the notes from online. As we all know, everyone learns differently. By including another method of instruction into my daily lessons, I am able to increase learning for more of my students. Here are some comments from some of my students. I'll also have this as a link on my website if you would be interested in reading more of them. I hope that you've learned something today and will go home ready to put a bite of technology into your teaching.